Well, Daniel Onjeh, who is a chieftain of the APC in Benue State, he joins us now to throw more light on events playing out in his state, Benue State. When we return, we'll have a lawyer give us a legal perspective and implications of the conflicting court judgments. That's when we return. But now we have Daniel Onjeh. Daniel, glad to have you join us.
Thank you so much.
From what I have gathered, this is APC against APC. It seems APC is swimming in an ocean of conflicts. You want to address that in Benue State?
Well, some persons are trying to create the impression of a divided house, in the party. But APC is not really in any crisis because the lingering issue of the leadership of the party have been resolved by the National Executive Committee of the party. That is the All Progressive Congress. At the last NEC meeting, the caretaker committee party chairman, state chairman, that was appointed and inaugurated by the National Working Committee and reaffirmed by the NEC has since been working, and the party has gotten a direction of leadership. So Benjamin Omale is actually the leader of the party, and it was under his leadership that the local government elections were conducted. You know that there's an electoral body that conducts election.
Yeah, INEC.
In the case of Benue, it's BISEC.
Yeah, that's state.
State, BISEC. So if a candidate is not filled by his party and recognized by BISEC, an aspirant is not filled by his party and recognized by BISEC, it means such a person was never a candidate in that election. And tribunals only entertain candidates that participate in an election to challenge the outcome of an election, or the sponsoring party to challenge the outcome of the election. But in this case, these are individuals that nobody knew where they went to conduct their primaries. They appeared from nowhere and said they are APC members, that they did primaries under whose leadership, recognized by who, that they conducted primaries as such that they were candidates, and they are approaching tribunal to ask the tribunal to declare them winners against candidates that have emerged winner, candidates of their parties that have emerged winner.
So why does this insecurity, I gather it's because of security reasons, and that Justice Adamu is even ordered the IGP and the Nigerian police to provide security to the tribunal during sittings here in Abuja. Help me understand these security implications.
Well, I hope I've answered you. You were asking about the party, whether being in disarray. So I was just trying to explain to you the locus these people do not have and they approach tribunal. Just to give you a background, the tribunal ought not to have even entertained them, not to waste taxpayers' money the time of the court. They don't have locus. It's a maxim in law that nothing stands on nothing. They don't have the locus. You don't go to tribunal to challenge the outcome of an election on the ground of saying that I am the candidate of the election. That is a pre-election matter.
Yeah, but the tribunal is still sitting.
But the tribunal is still sitting. The respondent in this matter, which is the APC, those who emerge, they challenged some of the petitioners from PDP and Labour Party, and the tribunal ruled on the preliminary objection and dismissed those petitions. What are they still waiting with petitions from the same party members that have approached them asking for declaration? They can't get declaration. They didn't participate in election. So the BISEC did not publish their name as candidate. So how do you get declared? We are not in a banana republic. We are operating under the law. But coming back to the insecurity you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm moving it, and the judge.
There's no one that has made a case for any insecurity before the governor. The governor of the state is the chief security officer of the state. Nobody has raised any such security concern. More so, the governor had even gone ahead to issue a security notification barring non-petitioners and participants in the petition from going around the premises of the tribunal. So the decision, the counter decision or counter order that had been issued by a high court,
ruling, a judgment,
not a judgment, it's an interim injunction that was ordered in Abuja here, is on all fronts.
Not to move the tribunal sitting from Benue to Abuja.
No, you need to understand the issue. There was a judgment, there was an order, interim injunction.
Yes.
Ordered by the Federal High Court in Makurdi.
Yeah.
Asking the tribunal
to go to
not to go through, to maintain status quo. First of all, you must understand this aspect of law, that interim injunction or orders are given as preservative order, that is to maintain status quo. It does not compel an action, it only stops an action.
No, but when you said that,
no, an interim injunction.
Adamu has ordered the IGP and the Nigeria police to provide security for them to sit in Abuja.
No, what I'm telling you is that the order they came to apply for in Abuja here is wrong on all fronts. First of all, the applicants are non-petitioners.
I understand that from your own perspective.
I mean the applicants who came to apply for this order. The applicants who applied for this order in Abuja that got the order, the interim injunction ordering the tribunal to sit in Abuja here. To start with, they don't have locus. They don't have locus because they are not petitioners. They don't have locus because they do not have locus. Because if you go before a judge to ask, if you file an ex parte motion to get an injunction, the injunction is supposed to stop an action, it's not supposed to compel an action. But in this case, they went to get an order to compel an action, which is wrong. They don't have the locus because the court ought to have known what they stand to benefit or lose. They needed to have mentioned what injury they suffer if the court is not moved to Abuja. In this case, they are not part of the petition in Benue.
So let me ask you now.
The people in the petition in Benue are not the ones who went to apply for this order. So the applicants cannot take benefit of this order. So it is wrong in the first place.
So what's going to happen? Are you then saying that this court order by the Judicial Division in Abuja here, or court interim, or what do you call it, is not going to subsist? They're not going to move, the tribunal is not moving to Abuja?
In the first place, it can't subsist. There was an order, interim injunction that was issued by Federal High Court Makurdi that the tribunal should return back to Benue. So if you approach another High Court of coordinate jurisdiction, the High Court Abuja here, to start with, cannot set aside the decision of a Federal High Court of coordinate jurisdiction. One, they can also not sit on appeal of an order that has been given. So the first order that has been given subsists, except a higher court like Court of Appeal takes a decision. That Court of Coordinate decision. We have to be careful in this country. Judiciary really need to be careful so that we don't set this nation ablaze with all kinds of injunctions and orders.
We were discussing it earlier, and we don't have all the time. I would have said this is probably playing into the hands of your opponents. I mean, I'm talking about APC, but we'll leave it here. Daniel Onjeh, a stalwart of the APC in Benue State. Thank you for being on Newsnight.
Thank you so much.